Total biometric surveillance. We want to stop this epidemic. We need not just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin. What we have seen so far is corporations and governments collecting data about where we go, who we meet, what movies we watch. The next phase is the surveillance going under our skin. We now see mass surveillance systems established even in democratic countries, which previously rejected them. And we also see a change in the nature total of biometric surveillance. Previously, surveillance was mainly above the skin. Now it's going under the skin. Governments want to know not just where we go or who we meet. Above all, they want to know what is happening under our skin. What's our body temperature? What's our blood pressure? What is our medical condition? Total biometric surveillance. Even bigger powers than ever before. We are really acquiring divine powers. Total biometric surveillance. We are really upgrading humans into gods. We are acquiring, for instance, the power to re-engineer life. I know that in recent years, we saw populist politicians undermining deliberately the trust that people have in important institutions like
a deep state of individuals on both sides of the aisle who do not want constitutional
total biometric surveillance. Universities, like respectable media outlets, these populist politicians told people that, say, scientists are this small elite, disconnected from the real people. I mean, all this story about Jesus rising from the dead and being the Son of God, this is fake news. Humans are now hackable animals.
Which is worse?
You know, the whole idea that humans have, you know, this, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over.
Which is worse?
Total biometric surveillance.
Which is worse?
Don't get into automobiles or take walks with strangers. Say no thank you and be
I'm
firm.
not talking about Democrats and Republicans per se.
Which is worse?
There's a deep state of individuals on both sides of the aisle who do not want
Total biometric surveillance.
whatever that means, it to mean a threat. And many of those
Which
who
is
heard
worse?
this also took it to mean a threat. But that's the sort of thing.
Total biometric surveillance.
You might call PSYOPs, psychological operations, sort of typical things that British government and the CIA have done together for decades. We're aware that they had these skills, but I think we generally thought they were being directed to what we thought would be enemies of the state. Of course, I am now an enemy of the state, and any wide-awake person early in 2020 was an enemy of the state, what we thought would be enemies of the state. Of course, I am now an enemy of the state, and any wide-awake person early